My special guest today is the man, the myth, and the legend. We're doing a live interview today with Mr. Frankie Finn. For those of you who don't know Frankie, you need to pay extra close attention. He's made his clients on Oprah, Dr. Phil, National Geographic, Major League Baseball, over $20 million and counting. His insights are going to be extremely fast-paced and chock full of incredibly powerful information that you've probably never heard before. I want to talk to you for a minute about unreasonable, bad, deadbeat clients. Every attorney has the frustration of dealing with them. What's the real reason we get bad clients?
I always hear these heartfelt replies from attorneys saying, I wish I could be as picky with my clients like you are. I can't wait until I get to that point. In reality, though, that day never comes unless you purposely make it happen. It's not like you'll show up at the office one day, all of a sudden, you stop taking on those cheap, unreasonable, high-maintenance, deadbeat clients. Being trapped by pain-in-the-rear clients isn't a hole that you can slowly crawl your way out of. So, hidden in there is a conscious choice that you as a lawyer can make to get rid of them once and for all. So let me tell you how we got rid of bad clients, because I think it will help somebody listening. So I have to take you back for a second on how we discovered this.
Okay, this should be interesting.
Okay, so when I first met my mentor, Frank had this 7-figure practice. He only dealt with clients he really enjoyed, and he never worked long hours. And I was really shocked, firstly, because I had never seen anyone who didn't have bad clients before. So I did what anyone would do in my shoes. Not really, of course. I begged him to show me how he did it. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Actual begging. Lucky for me, after months of it, he finally caved. So it was not my most proudest moment, but a little side note, it was really weird for me the first time someone begged me to show them how to do it, because I'd never imagined I would be in Frank's shoes. Anyways, here's what Frank showed me. Pain in the rear clients typically have the following traits. First pain in the rear client trait is they think they own you, and bad clients kind of have that attitude. They own you. I'm paying you. You're my lawyer. You work for me. Second pain in the rear trait, they just don't listen. And the worst part is when something goes wrong, even when it's 100% their fault, they're going to blame you always, every time. Third pain in the rear trait, they just won't follow your process. You think of how the medical system in a doctor's office works and how there's a rigid process. They're kind of the exact opposite of that. They just don't follow and they're not compliant. So what Frank said next really shocked me, because he said that the real secret reason behind bad clients is actually caused by what the client thinks about you even before they walk in the door.
That's surprising. Where is the problem before they even walk in the door?
Okay, well, there's 4 reasons for bad clients. Firstly, they have the wrong expectations about the service or the communication. They have the wrong expectations about the time. They have the wrong expectations about the cost, or they have the wrong expectations about the results. And you'll notice a very key word in all 4 of those, and that is expectations.
Right.
So if you're sitting there and you want the sanity and freedom of having only good clients, it's very important that you choose the clients who have the right expectations in the first place. Otherwise, you'll always have clients with the wrong expectations that really make your day-to-day experience very difficult and often completely miserable. So what do you need to do to figure out how to prevent it? Well, the key thing you have to figure out are the patterns in terms of those 4 expectations, which again are service, time, cost, and results. What do your bad clients all have in common? And what do your good clients all have in common? So let me give you a real-life example to illustrate how this works. One thing I hear from divorce attorneys is that the bad clients just want to drag out their case forever, and they just want to make their spouse hurt at all cost. And it's nice that they're getting paid. It's not really fun to have a case that never goes anywhere and your advice is never listened to. So when they compare that to the good clients just want to resolve their divorce, and they're open really to any way to make that happen. So now imagine for a second you're a divorce lawyer, and your website has an article that says 3 important factors to resolve your divorce in the most efficient way possible. So imagine for a second I'm a bad client. I just want to make my spouse hurt and drag out my case forever. What happens when I read an article about efficiently resolving my divorce?
Well, I imagine when I read that, it probably turns me away.
Exactly. If you're a bad client, it purposely pushes you away. It's a complete turnoff because it's a different expectation than you have. But now imagine for a second I'm a good client who actually wants to resolve my divorce. What is my reaction when I read that?
I guess I'd probably feel like this lawyer is the right choice for me.
Exactly. It's compelling to a good client for good reason, because it's written specifically for you. So what I just showed you is something we marketing nerds call takeaway selling.
Okay. What exactly is takeaway selling, and why should I use it?
Okay, to understand takeaway selling, first think about your average attorney's message. And even though we use the example of divorce, bear in mind this idea applies to any area of practice. Most divorce lawyers' message simply says, I do divorce, call me, right? It's sort of a come one, come all kind of message. So takeaway selling works by intentionally pushing away anyone who isn't a good fit for you. And those who are a good fit for you, though, it gives you incredible power to say, I'm the perfect lawyer for you, because they just watched you push away everyone else who wasn't a good fit. Like if I say, if you're a solo attorney that struggles with bad clients, you need to listen to this message. If you're in that situation, of course, your ears suddenly perk up.
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, I know takeaway selling can seem really scary at first. I remember thinking, if I copied Frank, pushed away all my bad clients, I mean, there just wouldn't be any left, right? So, in reality, though, after going through this process, the exact opposite actually happens, because your good clients who at first are kind of just lukewarm to your message, they start to become positively just completely magnetized by your message, and you end up with more of them than you can handle. And of course, there's other side benefits. You get to enjoy the day-to-day activities a lot more because your clients see you as a trusted advisor, and so they listen to you, they respect you, they come in with humility, and they really appreciate what you do for them.
Now that was some great insights.
My pleasure.
If they'd like more information, what should they do next?
Well, naturally, this short interview isn't everything I can tell you about getting rid of bad clients. There's about 21 different techniques that you can use that really altogether have a pretty profound impact. If you'd like to learn how to do that, how to get rid of bad clients forever, and also dramatically increase your income in the process, which will be a nice little side benefit while working less hours, there should be a special free download below this, which you can get for a limited time. So you're just going to want to grab that for free while you still can.